Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we're off to a real-life location in the top left-hand corner of the 48 states of the United States of America. We're ignoring Alaska and Hawaii here. Yeah, we're literally just up the sound from Seattle. That's where we are in the world. Real-life location. Now, the map looks pretty fine. What we have got, though, is a creator who knows how to polish the screenshots. So we have got some exceptional screenshots. I won't actually show them to you, apart from what we glimpse at naturally anyway. But do go across to the workshop and check out their screenshots. That is how you make people want to play your map. Superb. Absolutely superb. You know? That's right, knowing something is superb is a really good way of supporting the channel, as is clicking that like button. So thank you very much for all of your support. Today's map is Port Town by Sass Piggins. Now, while Port Town is kind of like a mundane name, it's a real life location, so that's the name we've gone with. And Sass Piggins is a superb name. There's your start square. We've got it's national roads today, no big highways. Don't be expecting big highways. Real life locations, so real life height map, and you know what, very nice height map as well. And then we've got resources are a little bit light, but there are some, so if you want to play that sort of game you can, sort of, just about. If you want to do some fishing, it's a kind of a dull map for fishing, but there are shellfish, lots of them. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. There's a short list of requirements there. We will be using the realistic 1.2.13 Boreal theme, the definitive vision 1.3 LUT, definitive vision LUT, and there's a few subscriptions there in terms of a little bit of mud and some trees. Here's your one-click collection. Always good to see a one-click collection. Everything you need down there in the one-click collection. Right, okay, hold on to your hats. It's going to be a different treat. It's going to be a different treat as well. A different trip. I wanted to come out, but this is one of the peninsulas of these islands. It's not really a peninsula. It's not an island, but you know what I mean. It kind of effectively, in the terms of gameplay, I would call this an island. It is connected to the others, but it does feel island-ish. It's not, but you know. I'm getting all tied up and tangled up and in the fluster here. Now, the roads are based on the real life location roads, so there's kind of a steep old climb there, but let's just assume that it's okay. It is okay. It is okay. It's just not where I would have put the road myself if I was free drawing the map. But if you're recreating a real life location, you've got to follow the routes of the road, and so we have. And that's the thing. Recreating an area in Cities Skylines doesn't always work exactly. Even if you're working on a one-to-one map, there's always a little bit of you have to allow a little bit here and there. So a slightly steep bit of national roads there, which is fine. Because I've got some bigger problems today. I've got a few bigger problems, and I'll point them out, and hopefully this will help you and the Sass Piggins become better map creators. And that's half the point of this, as well as just to kill 20 minutes of our time, just having a bit of a wander over somebody's work and picking the good ideas as well. There are some good ideas on today's map. Tight old turning there, but again based on real life, so I've got to let that go. And then we are connecting across to this next section. I'm going to call this island number 2. Again, I'm not even sure these are actually islands, but they're effectively working like islands in this particular map build. Nice to see no trees on the road. That's always good to see. Could easily have had loads of trees along here. So yeah, always clear the place that you're putting down the highways, and you'll avoid having trees clipping through the road for those players. And there are many players that use anarchy, proprietary anarchy, yeah, so this is all very nice, all good to see. Slightly encroaching foliage just down here, a little bit of grass on the roads here, and an encroaching a bit of highways. Look at that, the old barrier there. It's okay coming from this direction, less so from the opposite direction. Oh, these are just a couple of trucks with early, more encroaching foliage, early game route finding coming the wrong way. These will sort themselves out in no time. You won't have this. Down to the 4-lane national road. We'll talk more about 4-lane national roads in a few moments' time. Before we do, though, I'm just going to point out that we've got a external connection out here. This is where some of the traffic is coming in from and going the wrong way because route finding is a bit dumb early on in the game. And lots of encroaching, loads of encroaching foliage and trees. And this is where we haven't cleared the path for the roads. And so we've got a few encroaching trees just here and there. And lots of slow crawling traffic because of stop-start and an elevated section at ground level there as well, which is probably would look better if it was at ground level. Underneath the rail bridge, and that was our second external connection off there on the left. Because we're not working with any highways, it just means that all of these are going to be junctions and there will be a lot of stop-start traffic. Next intersection here, which is a little cutting going on there. We'll go off that way, but actually before we go that, let me just point out your start square would be a direct route up this road. That would be the quick way. We're coming this way though because I want to show you all 4 external connections. That was the third one that, by the way, we just skipped over there. And then the 4th one, if we come up and follow this highway up along the side of the map, right up on the edge of the map here, this will bring us up to the outside connection number 4. And the water's edge. This is as far as we can go without getting wet. So there we are. What we're going to do now is going to follow up the side of this. Again, I'm going to call it an island. It's not an island, but effectively it is, sort of. But we do have outside connections. It's just the way that the map cuts off. It kind of effectively makes these feel like individual islands from each other. Anyway, so yeah, National Road heading up now towards the start square. Obviously, there's no traffic coming in this way because there is nowhere for it to go this way until we actually start building something worth visiting. Little connection here that goes off to the other main road going up into the island. So we might as well just follow this route straight on up and in. And again, back onto the 1-lane National Road, and it's clean. It's nice. It's lovely. Mass transit is lovely, isn't it? And then back onto your main road, back down to where we were a moment ago when that cutting, and back down to the 2-lane National Road, which I'm going to have to point out is the problem with today's map. This is Network Extensions 2. And Network Extensions 2 is not on the requirements list. Also loads of encroaching trees. So if you don't have Network Extensions 2, don't know about Network Extensions 2, and haven't been went onto the workshop, got everything that was required, loaded up the map, you would have literally no way for your traffic to get to the start square. So this unfortunately becomes one of those technically unplayable maps. Of course, you and I both have Network Extensions 2, or have access to it because we're aware of these things, and also we watch the show because we like to be empowered. But your average player might have spent 15 minutes waiting for this map to load, and unfortunately, there's your start square. Unfortunately, it won't work, and more encroaching trees actually in the start square over there as well. Now this is the middle, inverted commas, middle island. It's not an island. I know. But this is the middle one, and we're having a look at the rail. First of all, I like this here. This is, I'm guessing, some kind of footpath with the old level crossing there to allow people to wander off and follow a trail or something. A little bit of glitching there, which could use just a couple of taps of move it to bring the road up to the rail level at that point. But I've seen a lot worse than that, so that's fine. Anyway, yeah, so the rail. Now, okay, let's ignore the fact that we're calling this an unplayable map, because it is perfectly playable once you've got Network Extensions 2. So let's just, oh, hang on, we've got some tunnels above ground level here. So, yeah, they need to be dropped down if they're going to actually be tunnels. Yeah, there you go, above ground level there as well. It emerges over here in a slightly awkward looking tunnel entrance, but actually I'm kind of okay with it as well. It's awkward, but it kind of works. This doesn't though. this is two rail lines that don't actually connect together. Now, there might be an argument that this is a disused rail line. I don't know. I've not actually gone and checked. Another one that doesn't connect there. And you might say, yeah, no trains are actually supposed to go up to that second island. More encroaching foliage on the rail here. Lots of it. So there might be the argument that you're not actually supposed to... oh, this is a nice little S bridge. The transition in height over there is quite nice. I'm going to let that go. Okay, I think we can approve of that one just about. Anyway, following the rail up here, we've got a little junction going on here. Now, have a look here. This is that cutting we saw earlier. First of all, loads of encroaching foliage along the road here. But also, we've used harbour walls to support the cutting. Unfortunately, the harbour walls are slightly above the height of the rail. So, it won't stop the trains. Oh, we've got some floating foliage as well because it's not non-conforming, terrain-conforming foliage. That's grass, not trees. And we've got loads on the rail as well there. So, yes, and we're going to be going through a lot of forest as well. No, we haven't. So I beg your pardon. We may be going through a lot of forest. It's not really a lot of forest. It's 1, 2 trees on the line. We went through worse a minute ago. Excuse me. But yes, this is the route up to the start square. Now, the rail doesn't actually reach the start square. You might want to clear some trees. Yeah, it's clearly the branch line. Okay, I'm getting all the gags out. Yeah, the rail doesn't actually get as far. It's like kind of circles where there is in real life a paper factory. That's about as far as my research went with trying to work out what was going on with the rail. So one would imagine that this would be a working industrial freight line, yeah? Except for it's got a broken bit there as well. I'm having to drag that. See, doesn't connect. That is another almighty fail, unfortunately. We've got a little bit of... another one here. I was about to say catenary chaos. Maybe there isn't catenary chaos. There might be on the next one. Another one here that doesn't connect. And, I think that was the catenary chaos on that next one. Another one there that doesn't connect. And another one here that doesn't connect. There's a lot of them. I don't know. I think this rail line was built with anarchy switched on, you know. Because that is something that's quite easy to do. If you've got anarchy switched on and you forget about it, you think you're connecting these things up, and you're clearly not. Yeah, there's a lot of trees on the line down here. This is where your paper mill is, by the way, right here. And yeah, lots of trees on the line. And I wonder if there's any ships in the water. Come back after the intermission to find out. And so back to Port Town by Sass Piggins, and we do have a shipping route. This one, it arcs in from this side. I'm guessing this is where the real life shipping route would come from. I don't have a problem with that route at all. It doesn't do anything silly. Bends around a couple of ways here. Crosses something which we'll have a look at the moment. Goes off the edge of the map over there. So you can get some boats in there somewhere. Speaking of boats, we have a ferry route in place as well. Going from Fort Casey State Park. See, I've done some research. And then this links across over here to over here, Start Square. There we go. So that all kind of works. Water flow is a little bit light. That's about the strongest water you'll see up there on the edge of the map. That's edge of map water flow pushing through there. Now if we head down to the Start Square, let's just make sure we've actually got some moving water along the coast. And it's light, and it is edge of map moving water, but it is just about moving. I think you can probably get away with a standard, ordinary pump and draw kind of game on here. So anyway, aesthetically, I think the map looks okay. Certainly doesn't look as exciting as the screenshots. Lots of cliffs along here that you might want to do some dramatic views from. Why not? Why not? I do like the idea of that. And then, I would say, lots of forest. There's a lot of forest on today's map, so you might want to go forestry if you've, especially if you've got Industries DLC and you want to take advantage of all of these woods. There's some really lovely woods to be exploited. Middle of that triangle of roads there, you will find Jefferson County Airport. Sounds really luxurious, doesn't it? I've got to say. Where do you go? Oh, I went Jefferson County. Why not? Why not indeed? I like the shape of the map. Do you know what? I think the choice of this map was inspired. It's got a really lovely shape to it. And had I spotted it, I too would have probably used this map for some kind of map build. So yeah, excellent choice. Great choice. Great eye for a great location. We come down here. Here's your start square. Start square wise, it's a little bit undulated. We are basically building up into a hill, and then you can expand out into these sort of flatter lands off to the left hand side. Heading across now to over here, we've got a little lake over here. A nice little lake. Nothing wrong with lakes, and lots of, I did say forests. We've got a lot of forests going on with today's map. We come down and show you the density of the forests. Yeah, I think this is certainly more than adequate for a density of forest. So that's all cred to Sass Piggins for that. If we go around the hill, we'll see one little feature area on the map. Why not have a little feature area? You're going to keep BonBon happy if you've got an essential lighthouse somewhere. And yes, this is looking over Puget Sound, making sure everybody's safe. You do need a grappling hook to get down onto the onto the path, but yeah, if you don't fall and break your neck getting into the lighthouse, you'll be perfectly safe. And that is about it. So somewhere in the start square, because we always have one of these things in the start square, we'll have an asset of the day. Shall we do one of those, shall we? I think we shall we? I think we shall. This has got a little interesting extra feature on it. It's the Buchenhain commercial building, hopefully that's correct, by Yosh, or Yosh. And I think this is a really interesting shape, nice modern looking building. But where we've got an extra win on this is they have very creatively created a lower floor. You've got basements. That, if you've got the right sort of shape of terrain, it looks amazing. Excellent work, Yosh. Take a bow, my friend. Take a bow. And factoids, because factoids. Where would we be without factoids? Right, a UK-centric one here. 50 pence coins have a life expectancy of around 50 years. Now, this book was published in the 80s, which is nearly 50 years ago now. Shh, don't tell anybody. But we had the old heavy 50p coin. The new lighter one, I doubt it's got a life expectancy of about 50 years. In fact, cash is hardly being used at all now, isn't it? Anyway, the Buchenhain commercial building by Yosh. That's today's asset of the day. Yes, old coins. I love the old coins. They're proper heavy, aren't they? You throw one and it bloody hurts, doesn't it? Anyway, thank you for voting today. Yes, what do you think of that? I thought we'd the end of the show. Your chance to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Click the I button now to go and vote for free. But what do I think of today's map? Well, I think aesthetically, I think they've got the area quite nicely done. Yes, it's not the screenshots. Honestly, if this map looked like the screenshots, it'd be 5s across the board. It was superb screenshots. But yeah, it's a little bit mundane, I think, a little bit, but I think what work there is sound work. Puget Sound work. Oh, didn't even know that was falling out my mouth there. I'm going to go for a high 3. Doesn't feel like a 4-star map, but I'm going to go high 3, which is fine. Detailing. Yeah, lots of things to clear. Unlike yesterday's map, I do feel, though, it does require a little bit of extra work. So I'm going to go for a high 2. Gameplay potential. This would probably be a 4-star map for me, even with just national roads. But because network extensions to effectively, technically, the map is unplayable, has to be 1 star. Port Town by Sass Piggins. That I love the location. I love the shape of the map. I love the vision. I really love the screenshots. Honestly, the link is in the description. Go click the link. Go and look at their screenshots and recreate that for your own maps. Because people are going to subscribe to your map if you have screenshots like that. It's so beautiful. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Use the words of the day into the comments for 100 population points just for fun. Just proves that you're 20 and out elite, and those people in 20 out elite will also recognise you as such. And I'll see you tomorrow with another What's Map.